everybody? Welcome back to Friday 14th podcast, Underrated Horror Discoveries. I am the 4K bad guy.
What's up? Welcome, film fans. I am the Juan, the real Juan. Nick, another tremendous Wednesday here with you.
Oh, again, hit yourself there.
No. I'm excited, man. How you been doing?
Doing good, man. You recently got out of a live event, right?
Oh yeah. It was fun, but man, those live events can be tricky, man. But
You were giving out the sodas, school supplies.
soda, school supplies, some love. We're trying to give away whatever we can. No.
And I missed it.
But what about you, man? What movie did you pick for us again today to review?
We are talking about May of 2002. May. It's gonna be May. Yeah, another early 2000s horror film. Although this is it's under the horror drama, and our last movie happened to be in the same genre category, horror drama.
Yeah.
Not saying it's the same exact thing, but that's
yeah, for sure. You talking about the one we did last week on the main show? We talked about Antichrist with Fuentes, and it was a fun conversation. If you guys haven't got to watch or listen to it, go back on this YouTube channel and check it out last week.
Am I checking out for the topics, the talk, or am I checking out because of you?
You're checking it out because it was a fun, deep conversation.
I like how you said deep.
It was a thorough conversation.
Yeah, Antichrist Willem Dafoe. I would show you my copy, but I don't have the copy on me. I lent it to
you watched it. You watched it and then you just got
rid of it away.
High. You're like,
I just threw it in trash, set it on fire.
Who'd you give it to? Who'd you lend?
Oh,
you were about to say the name.
I was gonna say the name, and I was like, what? No, it's Nemo Saul and Franco.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
He's like, so you want to let me Antichrist? I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this? All right. Yeah, before I gave it to him, I looked into the case like, oh shit, I had the witch in the case.
Did you bless the movie before you gave it to him?
Blessed it. It's more of a curse, actually.
Let's weird out all the spirits before you bring this movie into your home.
What am I looking at? He's trying to get his wife to watch it, but she don't want to.
Oh,
I don't know if he's seen it yet, but yeah, he's just telling me that his wife was not. Don't want to watch it.
She didn't. Yeah.
She didn't want to watch it. It's like, all right.
Thou shalt not lay the eyes on the Antichrist. Easy.
That before going into any further, but just an interesting thing. He's gonna watch that movie, and then his next episode on the Fanboy podcast happens to be Spider-Man, I believe.
What a lead-in! You get to see Willem Dafoe in all his praise and glory, and then you get to see him in Spider-Man. He shoots some webs in both movies, folks.
Throwing his bombs everywhere.
Anyway.
But yeah, that's what's been happening. I'm gonna go into the synopsis and the crew of the cast and the director and but the synopsis. Uh, I don't have my phone on me.
I got you.
So I have well, I don't
Oh,
know how different it is from the IMDb page and the DVD back cover.
it all works the same, man.
Um, let's see. What's it say? What?
Uh, a socially awkward veterinarian assistant with a lazy eye and obsession with perfection descends into depravity after developing a crush on a boy with perfect hands. Written and directed by Lucky McKee. You may read the cast. We are
The cast.
starring Angela Bettis, Jeremy Sisto, Anna Faris, James Duvall, Nicole Hiltz, Kevin Cage, Rachel David, Marley Kennedy, Chandler Riley Hetchett, and a bunch of others here. Roxanne Day, Will Estes. Yeah. You know, you
Nice.
said it a little. You said a little bit ago. You said horror drama. I almost kind of feel like this is a dark comedy horror movie.
It could fit underneath I mean, it has a lot of comedic tones in the film.
Yeah.
But as far as when you look up the what the movie's under it as horror drama, which I found very interesting. Considering I don't think I've dived into a lot of those films, horror genre,
Yeah.
horror genre.
I'm excited to actually kind of talk about this movie because I'll give some full thoughts about it here soon. But yeah, there's your synopsis
Your
and
snaps in there.
your cast, your crew.
Anna Faris.
And actually, since we're actually kind of showing this, look up there, right around the top middle of the screen. You see that IMDb almost gave this like a 7, got a 6.6. There's a lot of like, I was looking into just looking it up and kind of doing some looking about it, and like, dude, a lot of people like this movie. Um, it's got some love on some of the different social media sites.
I'm something like as far as like I mean, yeah. Is this like years later like rating or is this like the beginning? Because I know how movies tend to be like it's not really favored in the beginning, but later on years it becomes like a cult classic.
I think you can kind of put this in there towards like a cult classic. It didn't make a lot of money. It didn't even make half of its budget back. But it's got like really good ratings, and you go look at user ratings and what the fans say, and dude, people dig this movie. It kind of does feel like it has like a cult following, even though I mean, me personally, I've never seen this movie, never even heard of it, nothing like that. So yeah.
Yeah. And 20 years. I don't know if it's already hit that mark or it's going to.
Technically, the release date was February 7th, 2003.
Oh,
So February will be its 20th anniversary.
hmm.
Even
I'm
though
getting that.
I mean, it's technically labeled under a 2002 movie. So yeah, it's celebrating its 20th. And
Nice.
this was, I'm surprised, honestly, I've never heard of this because like Anna Faris was like hot at this time.
She was hot.
She was like pushing out those
Scary movie.
all the scary movies. She was she was
Mm.
pushing out a lot of other like comedies too. So yeah, I don't know how this one snuck past the radar.
Just one of those movies, man. Um, our next topics.
Uh-oh.
Ratings. So this is my second time doing this movie.
Okay.
Um, all right. Or am I at with the second viewing? I think my first. I'm gonna give it two ratings. My first time viewing, I'd say 3.5.
Mm.
Second, maybe it's because I was viewing it more um just for fun. I mean, I would say 4 with my
Mm.
current stance. Yeah.
Mm. So your current stance right now, you're giving it a
Hey,
4.
looks like I forgot. I'm screwing up my job here.
You're good. Nick's giving it a big old girthy 4.
Yeah,
Mm.
Quattro. That may be higher.
You know, before I reveal my plastic butter knife rating, I honestly I saw the trailer 2 weeks ago when we were talking The Witch, and I had absolutely like no desire to think about this movie. I was like, "Oh, we're doing Jennifer's Body. Oh, we're doing Jennifer's Body."
Mm.
And then earlier, like this week, I was like, "Oh crap, it's not Jennifer's Body. It's May." So I checked it out today, and I have to say I'm glad I went in thinking that, honestly, because this movie kind of blew me away today. Um, and it's very, very simple. It leads you into something that it's really not, and it's kind of smart. So for it kind of giving me that shock value, I'm gonna give it a 3. 3 out of 5. You know, I think that's the same rating I gave Antichrist last week. Two completely different horror films, but this one was honestly a lot of fun. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
So I did not have this movie physically, so I checked it out on Tubi for free, and it was honestly just there's only like 3 or 4 ads, real quick. You know, the movie's only an hour and 20 minutes, so it's pretty fun.
And there's
Yeah.
May.
May.
This if you have not seen this, if no one's seen this movie, and the cover, I mean, it's kind of misleading, kinda, because seeing the cover, you think like this woman's gonna be like a pale woman. It's gonna look at like that the whole movie, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
Can I tell you what she looks like there? And I don't mean this as like any spoiler for later on in the show, but now looking at the cover, it kind of spoils it anyway. But if you look at the cover, I don't know if you guys have seen Nightmare Before Christmas, but in that cover, she looks just like Sally
Mm.
with the pale green skin, the red lipstick, and then by the I mean, we're gonna get into it. So by the end of the movie, yeah, did you, yeah, I won't spoil anything. So, um,
Yeah.
how did you actually hear about this movie? Like, what made you go out and get it the very first time to even check it out?
Um, with simple typing in a URL of www.ph.com. Okay. No, I was just on YouTube trying to discover movies, early 2000s horror movies, and there were some videos that there's a video that popped up. So you two were talking about it. I was like, what is May? I mean, I think I've seen the cover before, but it wasn't one of those movies like it doesn't look like like just a little bit. It looks like a horror movie, but not full on. So I was like, hmm, is it about the month of May, or is it what is May? Well, of course,
What
it's the girl's name in the movie.
I appreciated the way it opened. like it kind of had that shock value to it, with the quote unquote eye opener.
Yeah, opener.
Yeah,
This movie's about the eye with Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba. Let's not ruin this conversation, okay? No,
No.
I'm just um, yeah, pretty pretty interesting opening. What'd you think of the doll, Susie?
um, it's disturbing. Like if you're and I'm not like terrified of dolls, but just thought of being trying to be friends with the doll. I don't know, because she did have like a besides that doll in the case that she's given for like a gift. You see in her adult life that she has like a whole collection in her room with dolls. Uh,
GIF.
gift, the gift that keeps on giving. It's the real one. But the doll, like, if you're someone who watches a lot of doll movies, you think of right away possessed doll
Yeah,
or yeah, like Chucky, Annabelle. So if you're like just coming into this movie, that's the initial thought. Like, all right, when are we gonna see this doll get out of the case and start murdering people?
not the case.
Not the case. Not that case anyway.
Yep. And then you got she gets introduced to Adam. Adam brings his dog in, right?
His dog?
Yeah, Adam brings the dog in that has a leg missing.
No, it's just some random guy. Adam's
Oh,
actually,
right. The Adam's the guy she meets at the laundromat.
yeah. Well, she stalks him first because she's like doing I guess the narration in her head. I was like, oh, there's times where you like a person. I don't know how exactly it was, but until you get you start noticing things that you don't like about the person anymore. I don't know. But and then she's walking by the little, looks like a little outside lot with cars, and Adam's over here just rubbing it down with his hands. I don't know what he's exactly doing with the car, but she's just like looking at his hand, like she has a real sick hand fetish, or just overall body fetish.
Body fetish.
It's not even. It's like not even. You can have like an ugly face, but as long as you have a good body part,
You think that's how he saw May in this movie, huh? Like her face was not to par, but he like kind of looked at her body in the laundromat and he wanted to like pursue.
oh, that scene where she drops the clothing.
Yeah,
Was it underwear or something like that?
it was something. I thought the parents, kind of going back to the beginning, I thought her parents were going to play a little bit more crucial part in the movie, but they did not. Which honestly I thought was okay by the end of the by the time you're done with the finished product, you didn't need any kind of explanation. Um,
They
it's
don't give any backstory to that, do they?
No, other than that, she has a lazy eye, but she wore a patch throughout her most of her childhood. Um, and I think that's kind of all you need. And she starts hitting some feels when she gets kind of disrespected and forgotten about by Adam. Um,
Being ghosted.
yeah, she got ghosted a lot in this movie.
Man, I don't know, but this might hit home for some people that are actually lonely.
Even hanging out with Polly, she Polly kind of put her on the back burner too. Didn't help out any.
Oh yeah, Anna Faris's character.
Yeah.
Polly over here like, oh no, just just like my side piece. Like, it's like, oh, come on, man, don't be jealous.
Oh, this is just a hooker.
It's
You're
a
my real,
hooker.
yeah.
My main.
You're my main, and I think that's why this movie kind of worked pretty good. Um, because every time you saw Anna Faris on screen, I could not take the movie serious, which isn't a bad thing for this movie. Like, um, I honestly had not very many gripes about this movie, but I feel like the reason I might have given it a 3 is probably still maybe well, I can't even say that because that's what the movie probably wants you to feel. I was going to say how socially awkward the movie feels, but that's May. Like, that's how the movie wants. That's how she feels throughout the whole movie. So I feel like the movie is making the viewer feel the same way. Making you feel awkward during the laundromat conversation, or making you feel awkward during the sex scenes. Um. So yeah, and three might honestly, by the end of this conversation, I might have to just up and give this like a 3.5. Because sitting here trying to describe it to you guys, I'm like, I can't knock it for that because that's what the movie was trying to do.
This is one of those unique movies. Despite it being under the radar type of things. Because I mean, it plays out like an awkward romantic film.
Yeah.
It plays out that way.
Yeah.
So, I was gonna like, how do I? This is scenes when she's trying to get noticed by Adam, like when she's like, I think that was whenever she got her eye, she went into contacts and like her first time walking out, and then Adam doesn't even notice her. She's like, oh. Or even like whenever they go to that little cafe area, just sit there, and then was he looking at like a newspaper or something like that, with a cigarette in his hand, he has his hand out, and then she just rubs her face all over the hand. I was like, what is she, a cat?
Or she's not doing some of the socially, uh whether it be smoking or drinking or kissing, she's not doing any of those right. So he's like, who taught you? He gives her the pack of cigarettes and he's like, practice. and then,
Practice.
and then after they kiss for the first time, he's like, who taught you how to kiss?
It was like Susie.
Yeah. this
A
whole
doll.
time this whole time you're still like, this doll, something's gonna happen to this doll, she's gonna move or something. But
But
no.
throughout the whole movie, the case it slowly cracks and cracks and cracks. So, all right, it's gonna pop out. It's gonna do something. This is gonna be the horror part of the movie. No. Yeah.
If I probably could just maybe complain about something, but again, it's still making you feel socially awkward. It's like the scenes where she's talking to Adam and there's crickets. Like, she'll say something, he'll say something, and then it's just silence. Sometimes I'm like, man, if this was like a different horror movie, or if this was like a romantic comedy, there might be a score in the background or something. But this movie really doesn't have too much music to it. And again, that's not me. That's probably just me nitpicking because it's trying to probably make the viewer feel socially awkward.
Mm.
Yeah. And then how about something that kind of made me chuckle was the dates, like the first few dates that May and Adam have. They're just so random. Like, they sit on a park bench and they look at deaf kids play for one of their dates.
The blind kids.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my bad. The blind kids. And then they have one of their dates is like sitting in that old beat up truck that looks like they're in a repair shop.
Yeah.
And they're just in there like having a good old conversation.
Just the areas.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh. She's like, you don't think I'm weird, do you? He's all, yeah, you're weird, but I like weird.
I thought it was pretty funny when Polly was trying to seduce May. She was talking to her and just talking to her all nice and sexy like, and then was like, my cat's gonna get I'm gonna get like kicked out, or I have to get rid of my cat. Do you want to watch my cat? But it was just funny because she was like, she used the word pussycat, but then she paused in between the two words, and I'm like, what is this?
Man, kick out your landlord? No, sir. And the Ferris, man.
Yeah.
It's-
I had seen, let me see, Jeremy Sisto, who played Adam. I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. I guess not. He's not really in a lot of stuff. But
just has that face.
yeah, that's true. He does just have that face.
Or does he just have those hands?
Hey, that's true too. Might just have those hands. Um, man, you know what scene was really just brutal? Honestly, was the scene where she goes and volunteers to help and watch blind kids, right? And she's in there. This I think it's the second or third time she brings the doll to like show and tell, and the doll gets knocked over and falls down on the floor and breaks.
Mm.
The glass breaks that's surrounding this doll, and the blind kids, like, they can't see the glass, so they're on their hands and knees, and these poor kids are just getting tore up by this glass. And then they're freaking out because now they're trying to grab and hold down May, and she's covered in blood. And this entire time I'm like, what an awkward situation.
I don't get it is even though they were cutting themselves in their like with the glass and everything, they still attempted to grab the doll.
Yeah,
And they're like, oh, this hurts, but we're still gonna go in there and grab that doll.
yeah, they were trying for that doll like crazy, man. Um, and then like a few minutes before that scene though, her first day, she walks up to one of the little girls and she's like, "Oh, what are you making?" And the little girl's
The
like,
ashtray.
an ashtray. And May's like, "Do you smoke?"
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because kids go out there and smoke. She's like, no.
But you do.
What you do? And then next thing you see May holding the ashtray at the laundromat with her name in it. Um, that's something I noticed. Like she I don't know if you picked up on it. Whenever she gets like gifts given to her, she like holds on to them like close by. Like whenever she got the pack of cigarettes, she was laying in bed with them, not even pulling it out of smoke. Just laying in bed with it. The laundromat, of course she had the ashtray, and she also brought a cat along with her. Cat given to her by Polly.
Speaking of Polly's cat, what did she end up doing, Nick, to Polly's cat?
Well, she had to call the cat over because she's having a rough couple of days, like she was saying with her, and then she got all pissed off because the cat was not coming. It just went walk into the restroom, and she grabbed the ashtray, and this, bam, just knocked the cat out, killed her cat.
She messed up that cat for sure.
It's all sad.
I know. I was like, I know you being like a cat lover. I was like, man, I wonder how he's gonna feel about this.
Cat did nothing.
Regurgitation, regret.
But man, what she grabbed the cat anyway, and just threw it in her freezer. Keep it cool.
Yeah.
That was hilarious because I can't remember they show her directly put in there, but you'll find it whenever May comes across that they got this spiked hair. Luckily, he had.
She meets Blank. His name is Blank, played by James Duval. He is if anybody does not know who he is the like one of the teenage sons from Independence Day. Yeah. I saw him and I saw that face and I was like, whoa. he kind of looks like Keanu Reeves, but it's not Keanu Reeves. It's the dude from Independence Day.
So just there in the uh the bus bench, I believe it was.
Yeah. But before that, wasn't it? You got to go to Adam's place, and Adam's apartment looks like he lives in Jigsaw's apartment.
Jigsaw's part. It looked like he was in some some was into some weird shit.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna assume like he had like a more of a horror collection. Like you'll see different horror stuff. He had a little prop knife and just
She. Yeah.
different weird stuff. Because he mentions about watching Trauma. So I need to go see this film.
And
Yeah, it's like
that turned her on.
it did because for a real odd reason she likes to hurt herself. She likes to feel pain or whatever. She had like a little blade or something like that, just over there poking at her finger. And then Polly's like, "Oh, hey, what are you? So what are you doing?" She's like, "Doesn't that hurt?" Like, no, it doesn't hurt. And then, instead of saying like, "Oh, you want to feel pain too," or whatever, she goes right ahead, pokes at Polly's finger. It's like, "Ow, I kind of liked it." But
Yeah, you see that you saw the cat in the freezer. Like that's for Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. What is that? It's my friend. You put your friends in the freezer? No.
Uh
But that Adam's place. So one day she's like, you want to see my room? It's like, yeah, I would love to see your room. And just that whole interaction of him going like that. He he stabs her and then she's just grabbing his hand, moving it around like she makes him stab her chest, and she pulls it like all. It's like,
oh yeah, right into the dude's head, right?
mm,
Or is that's how Blank dies? Yeah, that's how Blank dies. He gets something shoved into his head, right?
something shoved in his head.
I'm not saying I condone the actions of May, but like throughout any of this movie, did you feel sorry for the character? Like maybe she wouldn't have completely flipped a nugget if she was probably just maybe treated right by everybody that came into her life. Obviously, the trauma started at home at the young age, but like,
No one being her friend and everything. Just
yeah,
feeling, but it's kind of weird. It's like her mind. I don't know. I was like almost like a child, not really knowing a whole lot
Mhm.
because
Almost like if she was, had some mental issues or some mental instability, probably, and again, that's this movie kind of just gotta applaud it, I think.
but I don't know. Fun and pretty hilarious that scene where they because Adam apparently he does like film projects. What was it? And then they showing it what's it called? Jack and Jill.
Oh, Jack and Jill, yeah.
What else was called? It just the little video of the guy and the girl like picnicking or something like that, and biting each other like cannibals. And then Maze is like all enjoying it. Just kept like back and forth looking at Adam, looking at the film.
Yeah, she enjoyed that a little too much.
I was like, something tells me that later on they're gonna do something like that, and she's gonna, oh, just like your movie that's what you like. It's
Yeah.
like she's easily influenced. I think she's like,
What did you think of everybody she pretty much came across in this movie? She she made them sleep with the fishes. Um and the reason earlier I said that this gave me she looked like Sally in the poster is because like at the beginning of the movie you see that she loves doing surgery. Like she loves performing surgery. She loves sewing things on. That one random guy, she was like, he's like, I found my dog's arm or whatever, and she was like, I can put it back.
He's like, "You think you can fix his soul back on?" She's like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna magically he's gonna start working on all his legs.
yeah, she was a little too
uh,
excited for that. Um, but
she was also excited whenever she was telling Adam about he's saying what was it the guts of the dog that she was uh, doing surgery on
oh
or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, um, yeah, and the ending kind of threw me for a curve because like I was not expecting really what was coming to an end. Like it kind of just hit me out of nowhere. So, what about you?
Well, towards the ending, I was like, because let's see, so things don't go. I think it was it like the last 20 minutes. The things started going down.
Yeah. And that's another good thing about this movie. Like, I had no, like, I was not like checking my phone or my watch, or I wasn't like, when is this thing ending? It just was smoothly paced throughout the whole hour and what, 20? It's an hour and 33 minutes. So with credits, it ended at like 125. Yeah. So by the hour mark, it just swings by so fast.
But yeah, after her first kill on blank, is that the same? But that's when you realize like, oh, well, this movie's not about a possessed doll.
Mm-mm.
It's about a psycho woman. A person, a woman is completely lost it. Like then she was all there to begin with, but she fully embraced after that first kill with blank. It's like I gotta have more. I gotta have more of this.
Yeah. Yeah, she completely went psycho, went banana. She went crazy, and
Cause yeah, cause he keeps saying like wasn't like saying, "Oh, you're a weirdo." I was like, "Oh,
yeah, and but you know what? Like that's the thing that like kind of made me awe and wow at the end of the movie was that final scene or that final like few minutes. Um, I can't really, I didn't write down how many deaths there were, but I imagine there's.
including the cat."
I mean, yeah, I would include the cat.
Cause he's part of the what goes down towards the end of the
Yeah,
movie. So I mean, there's a cat, there's blank, and the people she's killing. It's for the most part they're all people that she's come in contact with, except for one. I don't know if she even used the girl, but
one technically lives, right?
um, no, I think everyone does
Because
except the
didn't the body's hand moved at the end, didn't it? Or is she the one who moved the hand?
the the body.
Yeah.
But yeah, before um, so after Blank's death, it's she goes back to Polly's place, I believe, and she goes out. Then she kills Polly. She's like, "Oh, you would never hurt me, right? I know you would never hurt me, May." And then that's when you get the she just slices her neck, and then she goes after I forget her name, but she attacks her side piece. Um, she takes her legs, and then from there she goes to Adam's place, and then Adam's is there with his new girlfriend, or I would assume
His new girlfriend.
his new girl. But yeah, that little scene just it gets just awkward again.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, she's like, what did you say? Touch my face.
At the very end,
She's like, touch, come on.
yeah,
She's like,
the
touch my.
hand.
And then the girl's like, oh, go ahead, Adam. But yeah, she kills Adam anyway. But she's getting all these everyone's pieces together so she can make a life doll made out of human parts. That's what it essentially goes down to. Towards the
Yeah,
end. So she's just piecing it all together. Um,
she makes her own Sally doll.
she makes her own doll, human doll. It's just creepy. And she's trying to figure out a name for it. I don't know. It shows the letters of her own name, May. Then she's like moving on together, and it's like, oh, I have a new friend, Amy.
Mm.
This is yeah, but Amy was made out of Adam, Polly, the side chick, Blank,
Bang, blank.
the cat. I think even the cat's used in it. The
Yeah, the that guy
I don't
from the beginning, right? The
what
one
guy?
that had the dog.
The
I'm
dog.
sure she used him, right? Didn't she kill him? The guy who brought in the arm, the dog leg.
I don't know. They don't show anything of that.
So
But the only part, the person like that she used was Adam's girlfriend, new girlfriend. I think I don't know, because all those people she always like she noticed something about them like um Polly has apparently a nice neck, but she wasn't really too excited about Polly's little birthmark on her finger. She was turned off by that.
the
But it
little
was the little
mole on the
mole on her
finger.
finger. Yeah,
Moly, moly, moly.
Polly's neck, her side chick's legs. That was her great future. Blank's arms, I believe. That's what she liked about him. Adam's hands, and they obviously didn't use a head. I was like, I don't know what you use out of it. It's look like I don't know.
Yeah, but I just went back and kind of skimmed through just a little bit ago, and like the hand does reach up and touch her.
Yeah, the
Did she move? Because I went back, just and I couldn't see her in the screen, at least her moving the arm, but the hand comes up and graces her face, and I'm like, somebody had to stay alive.
no,
You don't
because
think so?
everyone's body parts were all chopped up. There is no full bodies left over.
So she just she
Now
just she just moved it herself then.
the thing is, like, see, it's like same mod all over again. It could just be her mind
Yeah,
playing out that way, or this movie actually magic shit happens. Supernatural somehow exists in this world. That it just moved. The last body part that because it wasn't even moving at all. She's like, "I want, come on, see me, see me," and she takes her own eye out and places on top of
oh yeah.
the little head. Just to the eye part just rolls off the head, whatever it was used. But yeah, the hand moving, it was almost kind of like a Frankenstein type of thing. I don't know.
Frankenstein. Yeah, she
But you can look,
gouges she gouges that motherfucker out.
but you can look at it both ways. Either something actually supernatural did happen, or she just that far gone.
Yeah, I think she's that far gone. She's crazy.
But it was creepy visual, and I don't even know if I can't remember if there was music in the end.
As
Wrap it up.
Good old Jr. would say, she's Pacoon crazy.
Just crazy. I mean, The whole movie, there, you're just finally picking up that she's crazy.
I would probably say the first 20 minutes, it makes you still believe that it could be the doll.
Doll.
Yeah. So.
She
Yeah.
turns into the doll. I don't
I
know if you
mean,
noticed. Well,
like
I mean, the dress that she makes, it's essentially the dress that the Susie was wearing. It's almost like
yeah,
she became the doll.
yeah. She made the doll by scratch. Still, like, yeah, looking like Sally.
Saudi. Mm.
Yeah. Yep. Interesting.
Yeah.
Not a bad watch, honestly. Like, there's not really too much to break down in this film. It's real simple. Um, at some points, it just feels like a full blown comedy, even with the romantic comedy with some of the music in the background. But some of the stuff I dug about it, it was different, man. Different, unique. If it ended up being the doll and the doll was possessed, I probably would have been like, oh, here we go, a low budget doll movie. But that wasn't the case at all. There was actually some thought behind it. So gotta enjoy it.
God, enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'll say the scene that made me feel sad, besides the cat, was was an Adam's like, oh, just straight up. He goes back to the laundromat. But he goes like on the opposite end of May, and he's like, oh, well, this doesn't work. He just walks out, and she goes over there and wastes her quarters. It's like, come on, you know this machine works. In fact, all those other machines he could have used.
do you are you glad at the end of the day that Adam got his? Like, Adam was kind of a doucher, even though she's, pet coon crazy and she's a cat killer.
Cat killer, she's.
Are you glad he got his?
He's a douche, but did he deserve to die? Because he ghosted. I mean, he deserved to die because he ghosted May, and he was being all. I don't know.
By God, nobody loves to see somebody fucking die.
Hard, but she was. I mean, if you were in Adam's shoes, you'd probably react the same way, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Like May is over here standing in front of his house like for like 2 hours. Not even like she didn't knock on the door at all.
I would open the door though, and I'd be like, oh, "You've been out here waiting. Do you want to come in and have some coffee?"
Kept calling him.
Just don't touch the Blu-rays. Yeah, can't touch the Blu-rays. It's #1 house rule.
That part where by the tree when he's like all trying like, and she tells him like, oh, it's like by hands. He just walks away like, oh, okay. I like how it's all mentioned too. Is like, oh, she's just it's the girl obsessing over my hands.
Yeah.
Now, wouldn't that be something? If you came across a girl that just was only interested in your hands.
It would be interesting, but I would yeah. See what these hands can do, baby.
Mm.
They can do this. Peace. No. But yeah. May. Film facts about May.
We got any film facts?
Hopefully this is one of those movies that has some film facts. There is. Lucky McKee, the man with his girlfriend in the elevator both times.
Go ahead.
Lucky McKee is the man with his girlfriend in the, I guess, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, the director?
Yeah. May's full name is May Dove Candy.
Made of
Canandy.
candy.
No, May Dove Canandy.
Candy.
Sounds phonotechnically like made of candy. That's creepy. Yeah, you were right. May's Halloween costume is an exact replica of her doll Susie. Uh, this movie can be considered satire, uh, a satirical take on society's superficial, never-ending obsession with vanity and perfection, and how absurd it is for an alienating off of someone's base of their imperfections. Adam's full name is Adam Stubbs, as evidence in the credits of the movie he made and shows May. When May is in Adam's apartment and he plays with the prop spring-loaded knife, she foreshadows that she'll actually stab and kill him. Hmm. Most of these are pretty. We just got done talking about pretty much. The teenage girl who asks May, "Got any cold ones in there?" is dressed up as a zombie cheerleader in the exact same costume and makeup from Lucky McKee's very first movie, All Cheerleaders Must Die, from 2001. And then here's your reasoning probably for no backstory. Originally, the film opened with a lengthy introduction to May as a child, but when the film appeared to be taking too long to get to its point, most of those scenes were cut. The opening with the adult Mary, specifically the first scene with her and her doll, were shot quickly and only to make the point that Mary was lonely as quickly as possible. And those are the film facts. For May.
May. Oh yeah. I was looking at the back of the DVD, and it was just like a little thing said about Wes Craven. He's like startling, compelling, and truly original. Wes Craven. R.I.P. Yeah.
Nice.
So I had that stamp of approval by Wes Craven. This is interesting. To be continued.
Nick, you can go first.
I go. I take the lead.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to see how that story would play out, because I mean the way it ended, it does seem to lead to the imagination. Like I said, is it the supernatural route that they could go with, or it's just one of those it's all in the head type of thing. But if we're gonna go to supernatural route, doing a continuation movie of that damn living doll coming to life and start to kill people, I think I'd be down for it, as stupid, cheesy as it sounds. Otherwise, I mean, if you go to the other route, which is just crazy. I mean, what you can do? Just make more dolls out of people.
Yeah. Yeah, to be continued. I would probably agree. I don't think I would go any direction of the supernatural route, but I will say that if it, yeah, I agree. I wouldn't want to see any kind of continuation of this story, other than because then the originality just gets thrown out the window. So, and that's what makes this movie kind of enjoyable. So I wouldn't want to see any kind of continuation. Uh-oh.
Juan, are you ready? Are you ready, Juan?
Actually, I'm not. To be honest. But I did pick a movie very, very last minute.
Pick the movie last minute.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about, right? Next film trailer.
That's what we're that's what we're doing, Mr. Juan.
Uh, so I was thinking to myself, I was like, you guys, Friday the 14th podcast, UHD, the combination of the two horror movie classics, underrated movies. Some people might shit on, but might be good. I was like, Deadshot. He
that
uses, and he's got the four strikes coming out of his hand. So yeah, man, and this movie was literally picked in the last 20 minutes. Honestly, I had like a handful of movies that I was going to name, but I'm like, that would be good for an October show, or that would be good for like a September something, or when the weather gets cooler. I'm like, Leprechaun is pretty cool. Let's talk about a 3-foot guy who, where's me gold, is always talking about his gold.
It's just chilling.
Yeah.
Well, to answer your whole question,
Not unless you guys have done Leprechaun, then I look like a complete ass.
no, I mean it's not that we're gonna completely avoid ever doing it. It's just that I mean it was always joked around that we would eventually get to that movie, like around March time, St. Patrick's.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I just ruined that, didn't I?
But no, like, it was. I don't know. We saw the listeners from Ireland.
Oh,
For people that may have heard the earlier episodes.
well, hey, there's 7 of them, so there's plenty to do between now and
Always
March.
joke around saying like, oh, the whole month of March we're gonna do all the movies. But I guess I don't know. I can't think of a reason why we didn't do it this year, early in the year.
I didn't think about it, but it is one of those movies that like it gets so much crap on, gets so much crap on now. It never crosses anybody's mind, you know. I don't know. It's cheesy. It's a horror movie. Some consider it a, so why not?
Yeah.
And this movie that we talked about, May, it reminded me how fun some of these horror comedies could be. So I'm like, let's try to have some fun.
We have fun here.
Yeah, because the last two weeks with how, or actually even with Saint Maud, like some of these horror movies that were so drama based and so serious, I'm kind of like, might need a break or two from those. So, and I'm excited. Same thing with next week. Some people call it a horror comedy, but it is what it is. Jennifer's Body is your pick, and that's next Wednesday, August the 10th. And then yeah,
It's Jennifer's Body. I
and
feel
then
like I could have gone either show.
oh yeah, for sure.
Mm.
And then Leprechaun, August the 17th, and The Countdown, August 24th.
The Countdown.
Which should be fun.
Movie. I was like, oh, I've seen that movie like once,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna buy the Blu-ray and rewatch it there.
And for those of you keeping count, The Leprechaun is free on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing for free. Yeah.
Or on physical media.
Or on physical media, yes.
I have the DVD set, but I think I need to upgrade to the Blu-ray.
I found the Blu-ray 5-film set for like $10. I don't know if it was a mistake, but Walmart had it on sale for $9.99, and I was like, I'm snagging it. And then that's the one that also comes with the Hornswoggle one, the one that he's in.
The Hornswoggle.
Yeah. There was one that was like made straight to DVD or straight to Blu-ray that came out a few years ago.
The Returns?
Yeah, Leprechaun Returns. That one wasn't terrible. It was okay. But yeah,
I haven't seen it yet.
I've only seen the first one, really. The first one and Leprechaun Returns from like 2017. I haven't seen 2, 3, In the Hood, In Space, Back to the Hood. I haven't seen any of those.
I think
I should watch them one day.
part 2 is pretty. I know part 2 is not like everyone's favorite, but I think that one's pretty entertaining.
Yeah. So
There's it's a wonderful pick. It's delightful. August. This is we're gonna do it. But you want to follow us on the social media. You can follow us at Friday the 14th Podcast UHD. You can follow me at the 4K Bad Guy, and you can follow my lovely co-host.
hit me up on the IG spot, the Instagram. Just one word, at Cinnamon Movie Podcast. There you can see a plethora of physical media, Blu-rays, 4Ks, 1 or 2 DVDs here now, some live shot photos, some stories. But yeah, and any of the social media, honestly, facebook.com/the Cinnamon Movie Podcast, Instagram as well. Point to my WrestleMania sign. Just follow that.
Podcast.
So
that's Chris Michael Myers.
There we go.
A little random, but coming on 4K pretty soon. Just got that announcement.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's awesome for Halloween fans that it's coming out in 4K. But as for the collectors, like, or probably weren't necessarily gonna want to pick up Resurrection. They're kind of probably bummed out that you can't just buy them separately. You got to buy them in a set.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I read some funny reviews online, like, "Oh, that's the only way they can sell Resurrection," and that's probably true. But I just hope they do Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. I hope they do that justice, because every single Blu-ray that I've had from that movie the quality is just trash. It's grainy. It's not cleaned up very well at all. It's very chopped up.
It's gonna be extra grainy with this number.
Yeah.
With the 5 Halloween films, I mean, they're all great.
They're all really good. Yeah.
So high hopes. I mean, not only are you gonna get the theatrical, you're gonna get the producer's cut in 4K also.
That's a good cut. That's the best cut. But exactly, but there's a lot of like the bar is set high now. Like you said, those first 5 were crisp. They were clean. The grain was taken out. A whole year later, they've had a whole another year probably to work on these 3 films. So I think H2O is going to probably look the best. And I'm excited to see H2O in 4K. I wanted some special features, but I don't think we're going to get special features, very good. The other ones didn't have any extra good special features, which were disappointing. But yeah, I hope The Curse of Michael Myers is done justice.
I think The Curse is gonna probably look the best out of all the transfers.
That's a lot to say. That's
a
bold statement.
Hey, I mean, it's not like the darkest movie out of all 3, and the colors. Like H2O look real. I don't know.
Yeah, I bet H2O look really, really good.
Resurrections be the top tier. But just in time for a 20th anniversary.
Just in time. We might have to talk about Resurrection.
Might.
Yeah. I know over on the pod on Mondays, I know we are going to talk about the Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, for sure. Because every year we've kind of, we've dabbled in each single one. So it would be interesting to talk about Resurrection. Resurrection?
Resurrection.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. This is essentially this is it. I mean, besides promoting next episodes, Jennifer's Body.
Jennifer's Body, yeah, Megan Fox. Great picnic. I can't wait to watch that movie, honestly. I haven't seen it since its theatrical release. So should be fun.
Leprechaun, and you want to tell them what we're doing tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Good save.
There
I
it
don't.
is.
Oh nope, wrong one.
No, nope, that's not it.
But at least on my episodes, every single Monday and Thursday this month, we're talking an A24 movie. So tomorrow, Nick, we get to me and you are talking The Spectacular Now. Miles Teller, Shailene Woodley, a not so vibed A24 movie, but I'm excited to rewatch it. I rewatch it. It's one of those movies that I rewatch a lot. So I'm excited to actually watch it as a podcaster this time and talk about it. So, and we'll talk about why, how, when, all that tomorrow. So yeah, join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. on this channel.
Yeah, some orgasms now.
Yep.
Already won. Time to wrap her up.
So
thanks for tuning in. Stay ultra.
Oh.